fucking dead hard! What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the meta perks. Meta. What does it mean? Meta originally was a word that sort of refers to something that refers to or about itself, or something in the past that's referring to what it is now. Like it's like a past terminology thing is what it used to be. It kind of transcended that and became something to do with metagaming and like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that back in the day. Metagaming was using stuff outside of the realms of the game. So like stuff from outside of it, or information gathered outside of the realms, outside of the walls of that gaming environment, to use to your advantage inside of the game. So essentially cheating. And meta used to be that. If people were metagaming something, they were using unfair advantages outside of the game, or unfair advantages that were in the game but you shouldn't be using. So essentially cheating or exploiting. They were metagaming. They were using stuff to their advantage. Then meta kind of became this thing of now using stuff to your advantage is using well-known things to your advantage. And these aren't exploits or anything like that anymore. They mostly pertain to builds, perks, abilities, items, weapons in certain games like Call of Duty, Fortnite, stuff like that. Meta is stuff that is so effective, like so good, and just makes sense to use, because why would you use anything else? This is the meta. This is the best thing to use right now. Meta was often abbreviated, meta was often broken down to most effective tactic available eventually, and it kind of is stuck around as like the thing to say now in gaming when something is so effective and so good that it's just the meta. It's the thing that everybody uses, and they use it because it's so efficient, right? Enough with the history lesson, enough with the English lesson, whatever lesson we're in here. I don't go to school anymore. I'm very old. Either way, we're here to talk about meta perks in Dead by Daylight. You might have seen the perk Dead Hard. You might have seen the perk Windows of Opportunity these days. You might have seen the perk Prove Thyself. You might have seen Adrenaline. You might have seen Unbreakable. A lot of these are often referred to as crutch perks because they're second chance perks. They're perks that give people a second chance when they've messed up. They're perks that allow people to extend chases and extend the game, and overall, really aid their gameplay, really assist their normal gameplay and boost it to that next level. Windows Opportunity, for example, is a perk that basically allows a survivor to not even have to pre-map the map. They don't even have to walk around, keep their eye on what loops are available, what tiles have spawned, what TNL loops are available, what windows are available, what pallets are available, how many pallets are in a certain area, how far is the next pallet. They don't have to do any of that. That old sort of resource gathering, mapping out the land, like a lot of survivors used to do that at the start of the game, and that used to slow gens down a little bit, to be honest, at the start of the game. If you believe it or not, people mapping the map, they used to go around, get a feel of it, get a lay of the land and see what's going on. And even while they were running, they had to always keep their eyes peeled for what pallets might be in use, what pallets are being used, where the person's looping the killer, that kind of stuff. Windows Opportunity negates absolutely all of that info needed. You don't need any info. It turns any old survivor, no matter what level they're at, into an efficient time waster. Survivors on this game, they're looping their chases. It's all time waste. It's all to waste the killer's time, keep the killer's attention off the gen so they can get done. And they get done fast these days. So every time you put a Windows Opportunity on a random survivor, they become a time-wasting machine. They become way more efficient at time wasting than they would usually be. They don't make a mistake. They don't misstep. They don't run the wrong direction. They don't run to a palletless loop. They know that once they've ran through a window, once they've dropped the pallet, and they can even pre-drop. They could just pre-drop. They don't need to greed or anything like that. Vault a window, pre-drop a pallet, boom. They know exactly where the next pallet is, the nearest pallet, the nearest window is highlighted in bright yellow. Very, very, very good perk, very handy, very powerful, and you can lean really hard on it, right? Of course people are using that. As a killer, should you end the game and be like, Windows Opportunity? Of course. Get really angry, emotional, pissed off, attack that person, insult that person, shout at that person, message them, go into their stream, whatever. Of course you shouldn't. Who cares? Of course they're using a powerful perk, right? As a survivor, you currently, as this video is being recorded, Eruption hasn't been nerfed. Eruption has become a meta for killers. The gens go very, very quickly. Gens are noticeably faster after the Survivor HUD update, but generally before that, some gens were going quickly because the new meta become, oh, they've added 10 seconds to gens now. Right, cool. Let's find all these gen stack perks. Let's find all these perks that aid our gen progression. Let's use Prove Thyself more. Let's get the toolboxes on. Let's not waste time anymore. Let's not mess about in chases like we used to kind of do because we knew the gens went a bit fast, but now they don't. So let's just get back on gens ASAP. Let's not waste any motion here, right? Now no motions are being wasted. Gens are going very fast, so the killers naturally started putting more gen regression on. They nerfed Ruin. They nerfed Corrupt Intervention. They nerfed Pop Goes the Weasel. Everything got nerfed, so they found Eruption. They gave Eruption a bit of a buff. People found Eruption. But they added Call of Brine, and obviously Eruption is sitting there as one of the most meta perks right now for killers, and survivors get angry. They insult killers, they attack the killers, they berate the killers, they message them, they go to the stream, they call them all kinds of names, they think lesser of them, they disrespect them, because they're using the most effective perk available right now to make their games go a bit easier. But they'll do this while sitting there with Dead Hard, Windows Opportunity, and all these other perks equipped that do the exact same thing for them. Of course, they'll say, you're wrong, right? But it's not incorrect at all. It's factually correct. I've seen it happen many, many times. I'm not oblivious that Eruption is a powerful perk. Of course it is. Survivors aren't oblivious to the fact that Dead Hard, Windows Opportunity, most exhaustion perks, you know, Adrenaline, Prove Thyself, all this stuff like the boon totems that are infinite usage, they are not oblivious to the fact that this is powerful. They will try and deny it and refute it because they believe it then brings them credibility back to their own skill level. I will not deny or refute that Eruption is a powerful perk. It's very powerful. It's useful as hell because it's powerful, and it feels like the only powerful gem regression perk currently available. Jolt and Scourgehawk, they don't really seem to do too much in comparison, right, if you look at it that way. So when I use it on some builds, and I play a variety of killers, I play a variety of builds, but when I do use it on certain killers and certain builds that I believe might benefit from it, I'm attacked, insulted, and berated and all kinds of stuff for no reason by survivors using meta perks while I'm using a meta perk, right? It's bizarre. It's strange, it's confusing. I hear a lot of stories from a lot of killers that go, hey, look, I'm getting really upset. I keep ending games and I keep losing games, and survivors using all these crutch perks and they're just using all these second chance perks, and I think it's bullshit. Stop getting upset by it. I see this. I used to play a lot of Call of Duty. I used to play Halo. I used to play other games like competitive games. And I still sort of follow those groups on, you know, Facebook, Twitter, stuff like that. Reddits as well. And I see posts still going to this day. This current meta is bullshit. This current meta needs to change. This current meta is so disgusting. The devs need to sort out this meta. Anytime something is nerfed, when Eruption gets nerfed, survivors are going to get angry at new perks, right? If Dead Hard gets nerfed, if Prove Thyself gets nerfed, if gen times get extended, survivors will find new perks that will be constantly used. It's because these perks are pretty strong, same way any other meta is pretty strong before it becomes the meta. Then they seem way more strong because you're always coming up against it, right? So when Eruption gets nerfed, people are just going to be upset at something else that killers are using, right? The killers are going to start using more and more stuff. And I get it. You might say, okay, in the interest of balancing, we need to point this stuff out to the devs. We need to point it out to them. We need to make them aware. Look, hey, now more people are using this perk. We've now realized how powerful this is. Can you sort this out, please? That's cool, man. Write a friendly letter, write a friendly post on the forums, on the Twitter, wherever you want to do it. I don't understand why you're getting angry, upset, emotionally affected, triggered, and actually aggressive towards people that are using the meta while you're sitting there using the meta yourself. We're all meta users, and at some point or another we've all equipped a build that we determine to be meta and scummy, right? We've all done it, we all do it daily. We all use meta stuff. Why? Because it's the most effective stuff in certain instances and scenarios, and they're very helpful, powerful, and useful things to use. Why wouldn't you use them? Keep using them. Of course you're going to use them. I'm not saying stop using them. I'm saying stop getting emotionally affected, triggered, and angry by other people using them. Like, it's genuinely affecting people's personal life, emotions, and mental state outside of the game, making people disconnect, rage quit, slam controllers, whatever they're doing, because they get, you know, dead-hearted in a chase or whatever. It's gonna happen. It's just going to happen. It's happening. They're going to use the perks. To be attacking, insulting, or like degrading people because they're using them, like, they're going to. You know what I mean? I've seen people go super hard and attack somebody. Like, you're using Windows opportunity. You're fucking, what a shit player. Only shit players use that. You know what I mean? Like, even if a player is very, very good at looping, very, very good at map awareness, right? They put on Windows opportunity, they become insane. They become 10 times more efficient. Of course they're going to put it on. It makes their game way easier. They get way more relaxed, and they can slack off a bit more and win the game a little bit easier than before. Why would you not? I've seen killers get attacked for using gen slowdowns. Not even eruption, but gen slowdowns in general. Jolt, Scourge Hook, Corrupt, whatever. Oh, you gen slow perk using, dickhead. They're in the game to be used. They're just going to be used. You're going to come up against this stuff. Why are you letting that bother you so much? Why are you focusing so much on what's being used versus just playing the game and shrugging it off when it happens? It's just going to happen. The meta is always, always going to be a thing. So stop caring about it. Stop getting so passionately emotional about it. That won't change it. Everyone's aware of the meta. Everyone's talking about the meta. You don't need to let it personally affect you, upset you, make you emotional, turn you into a bad version of yourself, and especially you don't want to be letting it make you get somebody else down and attack somebody else because they're using a perk in a video game. That's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen, and it just needs to stop. That brings us to the end of this video. Let me know what you guys think, man. Again, am I looking too deep into this? Should I be more annoyed? Should I be attacking people that are using dead hard? Should I be insulting them, berating them, and going after them in messages or Steam profile comments for using certain perks or playing a certain way that is deemed meta, right? Should I be doing that? I don't know. Should we be doing that? I don't think so. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Leave a like on the video. That always helps me out with the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel for future videos of this nature. Stream highlights and content from twitch.tv/Onlydaz. I'll see you guys in the next video. And until then, press E to win.